all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
T.O.B. Folks, back on the Bossman show here with the new coach of SEMO, the Red Hawks out of the OVC, Coach Brad Korn. Coach, what's up with you guys, man? SEMO, man.
Well, no, I just got the FaceTime call with one of our guys, and they're just like everybody else, only adding schoolwork into it. They're at home and just trying to be as safe as possible by still staying on top of their academics and everybody's trying to just find out a way to work out in the confines of their own home. So it's challenging times for everybody, but everybody's trying to make the best of it because we understand how serious this can be.
And Coach, speaking of the COVID-19 crisis, how tough is it to put together a staff and also, like you said, talk to your players? Because you don't have to recruit guys on your roster who don't quite know you the way they knew Rick Ray and his staff. Then you got to recruit new guys as well. So how's that process been trying to hire staff, communicate with guys on the roster now, and communicate with guys you want to bring to the roster now with your headband now going forward?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. Probably the most challenging thing, JR, is that no one's gone through this before. So even all the mentors and the people that you've been through throughout your whole career, you can't call and say, hey, how'd you handle this situation? Or what'd you do in this situation? This is all unprecedented territory for everybody. So just trying to make the best of it. And the best thing that you can do is just stay on the phone all the time, or at least that's what I've been doing. FaceTime, Zoom calls, FaceTime calls, group FaceTime calls. It's just been a little bit of everything. And just try to make the best of it and sift through it the best that you can. I think there's always, anytime you're putting a staff together, there's always a list of guys you have in the back of your mind that you that you know that maybe there's probably one or two of those guys that you don't even need to talk to that you know that would come with you and work hard for the right reasons. So there's a couple of those guys, but then you also got to vet some other areas and other angles. So that process has been intriguing but challenging all at the same time.
I can only imagine, Coach. I can only imagine, and also we can say you get excited to get a new gig, and then all of a sudden all this stuff happens in the midst of it. Kind of like, wow, it just can't be happening. I know for me personally, Coach, on my birthday, March 11th, which the Hawks playing the Knicks, I got the word the season's going to be suspended. I'm like, what is going on? So just think the last 3 weeks have seemed so long for everybody, and then you're trying to hire a staff, keep guys on the roster, recruit guys. Can't even imagine, like you said, none of us know how to deal with this, how to get through something like this before, because this is something we never thought would happen. I'm 33 years old, you're 38. We're not even. What really? This is going on in our lifetime? This can't be serious.
Right. Yeah, it almost seems like a movie. It almost seems like a TV show. You never thought it would come to this, and I do feel bad for, as you mentioned, the student athletes that didn't get to finish their seasons or even start their the spring seasons. You feel terrible for those kids and even high school seniors. And, kids that had their senior years taken away from them because of this. It really just doesn't seem fair, and your heart goes out to those people. But again, I guess the most important thing is that we all got to do our part to stay safe, so this thing doesn't linger on longer than it needs to.
And Coach, for you, the SEMO administration chose you as the new head coach going forward. What did it mean to you to say for those guys who want you to lead their program, come to Cape Girardeau and build something special in there for the Red Hawks now going forward in 2020 and beyond?
Yeah, I kind of had mentioned it in my press conference. Or someone had asked me maybe in an interview somewhere else about how was it when Brady offered you the job? Like, what did you do? And for me, it just was a great sense of pride. For all the people, you don't get anywhere in life. You don't get your own radio show. You don't get to be a head coach. You don't get to become on scholarship and go play collegiate basketball or sports for all by yourself. It's the people around you that helped you get there. So I just was extremely proud of the people that I've been around my whole life, from my parents to my coaches to teammates to coworkers. To me, it just was a culmination of all those guys. I just was really proud that I've been lucky enough and fortunate enough to be around great people to be able to put me in a position to where, you have an opportunity like this. And I couldn't be more proud and grateful to Brady, President Vargas. SEMO is a school that I've always kind of known, and just from my playing days, being in the region and having played against them. And I just think it's really a place in the program that we can do something. We can move the needle up, and all the sports are on an uptick. They're having great success across all other sports. And, I really believe in the vision and the mission that's ahead. And it's not going to be easy. There's a lot of work to be done, but I'm excited for the challenge. And, to me, it's about fit and it's about opportunity. I think I fit SEMO, and the opportunity is there.
And Coach, what do you feel like has been the biggest adjustment for you as going over that one seat from being the assistant coach, making suggestions, to being the head coach, where you had to make the final decision now?
I think the biggest thing is that I don't know what's going to be the biggest thing. As assistants, we all think we have all the answers, but we're the ones that have to make the final decision. So I know here at K-State with Coach Weber, I could always make a suggestion, or, if he didn't do it and I ended up being right, then I could say, yeah, I knew what I was talking about. So, it's kind of funny because now that shoe's on the other foot, so to speak. So it's going to be, I think the biggest challenge for me is going to be what I don't know. And, when those situations arise, and now you've got to make those decisions, not just a decision, but the final decision. I think that's going to be the biggest thing, because I don't know exactly when those situations are going to arise and how often, they're going to arise on a day-to-day basis, not just in games. I think a lot of times we think about head coaching and you just think about standing up during the game or calling a nice little play, but it's really everything that goes into it. You're now not just dealing or worrying about your recruits or your scouts. You have to worry about everything, the whole organization and how it all fits together. And you think and you have your ideas of how that's going to go, but again, until you get hit with that reality, I think that's when you really will find out.
Now, Coach, how did you prepare yourself? I know, like for me, when I was a co-host before I became the main host, I was thinking about myself, if I was the host, how would I do this segment? How would I host this show? What guest I would book? Now, for you being an assistant coach, how did you prepare in your mind if I was a head coach, off this ATO, would I call this play, or would I draw up this, will I handle this guy this way? So how did you prepare in your mind for this opportunity, so when it presented itself, you felt like you was good and ready to go for it?
I think for me, the biggest thing is, well, I guess two things. One, we've had a ton of success. There's been a lot of success, been in a part of a lot of championships, I can say tournaments. Watch Weber build a program, not from the ground up, but when it was struggling and gets to the NCAA tournament. And then within here, the last 4 years at K-State, just a high level games. Winning the championship a year ago, having coach gives you a great amount of ownership when it's your scout. And you basically are the acting head coach, the preparation, the game prep, everything leading into that. Even whatever you're going to do in practice. So he gave us a lot of ownership in that regard. And to do it at the highest level and to be successful that way, I think it prepared me every single day. And I'm kind of old school. I write things down. So I've always taken notes. I've always kept practice plans. I've always thought about, like, as you said, like, what would I do here in this situation? And then I go back and make a note in my book. And I've got books that I've written, basically a basketball journal, if you will, of how I would do things, and just kind of kept it rolling. And then now I'm going to be able to have to go back and kind of reread it, refocus myself on the bigger picture. I don't want to get short-sighted and just look at tomorrow. I got to look at the big picture. But I think being around those guys, the staffs I've been part of have prepared me. And if you look at all the guys that become head coaches under the guys that I've been around and been associated with, it's a pretty extensive list.
And got that right, Coach. I feel like being on Coach Weber, being Southern Illinois, all those years that you were as an assistant coach there before you went to Missouri State or in the Valley there, you know how to build a program. Building programs, something you've been around all these years. So I feel like you have the background and basis to know how to build a program the right way based on the guys you worked for and who you played for.
Yeah, and I think that the consistency of Coach Weber, the consistency of the guys that I've been around, just the way that they approach the game, and again, not just the games themselves, but the game of basketball, and the way you treat people, the consistent effort that you give on a day-to-day basis, the communication, the openness, the teaching of the game, the watching of the film, everything that goes into that. I've just been surrounded by great teachers of the game, and I think that's going to serve me well.
Got there right, Coach, and then also for you, like I said, you kind of know the OVC is a league. It's a very tough league. They got some great coaches in there, like Coach Matt Figured, Austin P, Casey Alexander, Matt McMahon, to name a few there. Penny Collins at Tennessee State as well. So you come into the league where it's very top heavy right now. So with a lot of great coaches in the league, and it's a tough league to play every night in this conference. So as you make the adjustments to coaching this league, are you going to be watching the film of these guys' schemes and kind of figuring them out that way? That's learn you as well, of course. But kind of see some tape on these guys, kind of give them the advantage the first time through, like you kind of know, like, okay, I know what y'all do already. I know what this play is, what you're going to run here. So how's that going to be for you to adjust to the guys in your league and their schemes?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. We get in there and I'll watch all the games. You're going to watch every single game and get the tendencies, feel them out. But there's, as you mentioned, there's great coaches in the league, and there's been great individual players. That's what's probably gotten the most notoriety of the last couple of years of the league, but really, really, really good coaches. And I think that's something obviously in the Big 12 too. I think there was everybody, but maybe two guys maybe in the Big 12 hadn't coached in the Final Four. I think it was something like that. But just, you're talking about great coaches where you got to be on top of your game at all times. Otherwise, you're just going to get gobbled up. It's the same thing as a player. You don't know that assignment. If you don't know how the team is going to guard you, you're just going to go in and fail because you're unprepared. So I think the whole thing and a lot of success that we've had and I've been able to have over my career is the preparation. And a lot of that goes into the understanding of the game and the watching of the film.
And, Coach, looking ahead, what kind of guys you want to recruit to become fit your house? Because I know, CMO, you can get JUCO guys, high school senior guys, grad transfers. You can figure any way you want to go. So to build the program right and to sustain it the right way, how you see yourself trying to get a mixture of all those kind of different kind of guys to get this thing built the way you want to do it and make it sustainable for years to come?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do is a sustainable program that can stand on its own, that there's an identity there, that you know exactly how SEMO is going to play, and it's the players that want to be part of something bigger than themselves. That doesn't mean you just come in and just you don't try to get better yourself. Obviously, we've got to get great individual talent, and I think you can at SEMO. The region is great. The fans are great. They understand basketball. So I think as a player, you want to play in front of fans that understand and know the game. And for me, it's a, you kind of mentioned it yourself, it's just a blend and a nice mix of all that. I would love to size and skill, be old and stay old. You know, whether that's through this day and age, it's more of the transfer. You can get older that way. You can get older through the junior college ranks. So I think it's a nice blend. But I think more than anything, obviously they got to have the skill. You know, we're not going to recruit guys that aren't good enough to play. And you know, there's good players on the roster, and we've got to put that together. But not only that, but you want to come to SEMO for something bigger than yourself. I want guys that want to leave the program better and bigger than them when they first step foot on campus. And that's going to be a year by year, a month by month, a day by day process. But it's those guys that really are totally bought in. They love the game. They love to compete, and they're going to love their school, and they're going to have a pride for their school bigger than themselves. It doesn't mean we won't have individual stars. Obviously, every team does. But as long as your mind and your focus is on those things, that's what I want. That's how I think you can have sustained success.
Now, Coach, that's what I got for this. I know in OVC, non-conference scheduling is very critical right now, and I know it's going to raise money to play some guaranteed games, of course, but now you're going to have some guys come to Cape and play you guys at Cape as well. So, and probably play a non-exempt tournament here. That I know there's probably some games already booked for you for next year, but if you get a chance to take over yourself the schedule, how do you see yourself going about it when you have the full reign of book it however you want to book it?
Yeah, I think everyone, obviously we got to win games. Recruiting everyone knows is extremely, extremely important. But I'm telling you, scheduling is a very, very important component to this whole thing. And I want to be smart with the scheduling. I want to be aggressive in the scheduling. But at the same time, you got to give yourself a chance too, and especially when you're taking over and building a program and where you want it to be down the line. We've got a couple games left to fill out this year, but the schedule's in really good shape, actually. I was really impressed with where it's at. Again, we've got a couple that we've got to figure out, especially with COVID and budget cuts and things of that nature. Maybe looking at trying to stay a little bit more regional with the next couple games. And there's enough schools within the region that you can get to and play, and that are good games. So I think all across the board, I think you're probably going to find a little bit more at the supposed mid to lower levels. I think you'll probably find maybe a little bit more of the regional games taking place just because of the budget cut, not having that NCAA tournament. March Madness being played this year, it's going to affect some schools in some different ways.
You got there, right, with Coach Korn. Thank you for your time today. Look forward to seeing you down the road. I usually come to Austin P when you guys played Austin P or at Belmont or Jacksonville State for me sometime. I don't like to make that drive over there if I don't have to. But I prefer Austin P or Belmont. So hopefully I'll see you one of those stops along the OVC journey there here down the road, Coach.
Well, you know where to find me, Joe. I appreciate the time.
Anytime, Coach. Have a good one, buddy.
All right, you as well. Thank you.
All right, that's Brad Korn on the Bossman Show.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by the Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.